Hi, welcome back to the balcony build part 4. If you're new to this series, do check out part 1, 2 and 3. Okay, let's get cracking. As you can see, I finally got the noggins in. So there's a lot less spring when you're walking up there, and it's a bit safer when you're walking near the joints. I've managed to put all the screws in, about every 200mm. So it's nice and firm now. So I went into town, I bought 12 sheets of 8x4 cement board, 1.2 by 2.4. I think this is about 3 or 4mm thick, so you have to be very, very careful with it. It's very, very brittle. So I'm going to get the underside done here, and I'm going to lay it on the top over the plastic as well. So I need to think about getting some spotlights in here. I'm going to probably put 12, 14 of them in, have them on 3 or 4 different switches so I can adjust the amount of light under here. So now all the boards are screwed down, all coated with wood preservative, so I can think about getting this plastic down permanently. Now I've seen a few ants running about up here. God knows how they got up here. They didn't get up my steps, I'm sure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go right around the edge of this plastic with contact adhesive. So in theory I'm going to seal it down so nothing can get underneath it, and it will lay flat. Then I'm going to lay cement boards on it. I don't know whether to stick these down or not, or whether they're just going to stay flat and not be affected by the sun or the heat. And we'll keep them nice and tight. I might screw the edges down, but yeah, I might just use silicone or something. Also, I'm losing a lot of area on the width of the balcony here, because there's a few feet that go under the roof here. So I've decided I'm going to cut this roof back. There's no need to have it overhanging really, and I'm going to cut it back to the edge of the balcony here and leave this front strip on its own just for aesthetics. So just to stop it from creasing up, I've taped the edge of the plastic to this steel beam using masking tape. I'm going to put some contact adhesive on the plastic here and on the wood here. Only needs about 1 inch or 2. And I'm going to glue it down, then we can pull it nice and flat. And we can do this edge. I'll do this edge and I'll think about screwing this edge down. Not sure if I'm going to put the railings on the top or on the side. Okay, let's get cracking getting this glued down, shall we? All done. So I don't know if you can pick this up on camera, but I've been really, really liberal with this. I've used almost all the tin there. So I've got one more online lesson, 15-minute lesson. So I'm going to let that go off, and I'm going to come back and lay it down. Great stuff. Just finished my last lesson. It's Friday night. We're almost out of light, so I'm going to quickly lay this down off camera and we'll have a look at it tomorrow. I think what I'll do, I'll let the plastic sheeting heat up first before I put the cement board down, as it seems when it gets hot it lays a little flatter. We're almost out of light, so yeah, I'm going to go and crack open a beer. See you tomorrow. What I did last night, I got my trusty light out and I bought 6 of these cement boards up and laid them flat just to see what it'd be like in the morning. Now overnight we've had a bit of moisture, a bit of damp. As you can see, they bowed, so these are going to have to be stuck down. Now in order for these not to bow anymore, the plastic's going to have to be stuck down as well. So I'm going to have to stick it down more than just around the edge. So I might get away with just putting spots. We'll have to see how it goes. In the meantime, I'm going to go into town. I'm going to get these spotlights. I'm going to get all the wiring in place, Maybe get some of this cement board on. I want to try and get this balustrade on the end done as well. You can see I've got the upright in there, just to give it a bit of support. I have to see how much steel I've got. Okay, let's go and get these spotlights, shall we? So I went for the round LED lights. These weren't that expensive, 95 baht, about £2.50. I like them. I also got a box for the 4 switches. Quite simple. And I bought a couple of sockets just to put up top there, so we've got power, music, etc. Great stuff. Well, let's get cracking putting this wiring through, shall we? So just to have a break from doing the lights, I thought I'd get this end bit done. I suppose you could call it a gantry. The rail's going to go along here with these posts, and this is going to hang over. So I think the old welding's getting a bit better, don't you? It's just dabbing and doing spots. It's a bit too thin to hold on there too long. Just blows holes. So yeah, I'm going to use some of the steel that I use for the steps. We can put that on and put some pots on top. Yeah, might even put my pineapples up here. So I think they would do well up there on the overhanging gantry. I'm thinking to put some hooks underneath, maybe have some hanging baskets. There's my potted pineapples. I potted these 2 up yesterday. This one looks lovely, doesn't it? These are all taken from the heads of my pineapples that I grow down on the farm. These 2 have been in the pot for a while, so these are established, and they kind of go red once they start getting settled and putting down roots. I put quite a few over here. Don't know if these are going to do well or not. I think maybe they're a bit close together because they do get very, very big. So getting close to 1 metre in width. But we'll see how we do. We can always take a couple out. So I'm going to need 12 of these posts. They're just under 1 metre long. I'm going to cut them by hand. I'm not going to worry about the chop saw. So let's get them cut and welded up. quite hot. There you go, all done. Not too bad. There's some quite nice welds, there's some quite crappy ones. But hey, it's a set of railings, so I think the welds are getting better. What do you think? Okay, these two here, they're very, very thin. These are a lot thicker. I think these are about 2 mil, and these 0.8, so had a lot of blow through. Hence the fact I had to patch it up a lot. Let's get it up on the balcony and see how it fits. So yeah, it looks good. Well pleased with that. Well, I think these might be a little bit too close together, but got some young family members that might want to come up here and play. He'll stop them falling through there. Or maybe if I'm drunk one day and I fall over. Brilliant, let's get that welded in place, shall we? Looking nice. Yeah, a bit of a change, bit of a rest from doing the old lights. But I enjoy welding. So I had my fill today. Got the mesh on there. I've even been standing on that to get the primer done up here. Yeah, well pleased with that. And this is going to go all the way around the front. I just said to the wife, small children, drunk adults, no one's going to fall out of this cot. There. I think it's a great home for pineapples in pots. They love the sun, and they don't mind it if you forget to water them for a day or two. Well, I finished teaching for the day. It's starting to get dark, but I thought I'd just get this wiring set out. I don't know if you can see that, but I've already drilled some holes in the joists. So I'm going to put 3 lights here. I'm going to put 3 lights across the centre. And I'm going to put 3 lights on the end here. So there's 9 lights. I bought 10 all in all. And I'm going to stick one at the end here, just to the bottom of the steps, just to illuminate it there. I dug out some old wire that I had left from when I done the house. I'm hoping it's going to be enough. So I'm going to have these on 3 separate switches, so I can illuminate 3 there, or 3 here, or 3 here. All of them all together. And just have a 4th switch for the one at the bottom of the stairs. Okay, let's get cracking putting this wiring through, and I'll get back to you. Now I've got the wiring in place. I'm going to have 1 spotlight on the end, 1 in the centre, and 1 nearer the house. So I'm going to have 9 all together. And what I've done, I've used electrical connectors there. Just makes it a bit easier if we need to take the lights out the cement board. I've got 1 sheet up here just to give you an idea what it will look like. So I'm going to have each strip of 3 with its own switch, and 1 switch for the light at the end at the bottom of the stairs there. Okay, let's get cracking putting the rest of these connectors on. Then we can start getting the cement board up. Well, up on the top of the balcony here, I've decided just to put the cement board down. I'm going to either put some fake grass down here or some soft rubber matting, which should keep the cement board down. It didn't really come up that much, and it's settled down after a day. So yeah, I'm going to leave that. I used a bit of duct tape here just to see if that would hold it down, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. And also I wanted to keep this free just in case there's any movement on the wood. Yeah, I think it's looking good. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to run a chalk line down this section of the roof, and I'm going to cut it off, cut it back, so I can lay some plastic and board underneath this. And we can reclaim a couple of feet, I think. Make it even wider. As I move my plastic out of the way, got a couple of frogs moved in. Read it. Where's the other one gone? He's under there somewhere. Yeah, I'll leave them alone. I like frogs and toads in the garden. Keep away a lot of the pests. There you go, all marked out. I'm going to cut it along this blue line here. And like I said, that should give us more balcony space up the top here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to cut this tonight. I'm getting to the point where I'm running out of light. It's about 6 PM. Let's get these screws taken off on the bottom, then we can remove this sheeting and see what we got. Let's get this sheeting off and see what we got. Be careful, I haven't got any gloves on, it's razor sharp. That's given us about 3 more feet, I think. Great stuff. Very pleased with that. Much bigger. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put guttering under this piece of the roof. Take the water away. I don't really want that flowing down onto the balcony. Originally I was just going to have a continuation of this roof sloping down, so I put cement board under here, but that's going to have to come off. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that. And as you can see, the original colour of this roof compared to 10 years of sun kind of bleaches it, doesn't it? Sun does a lot of damage out here. Let's get this piece of plastic under there, just in case it rains. We shouldn't have any more rain now. Rainy season should be over, but we'll do that just before we run out of light. We can use all these offcuts here. I need to make a small housing for my water pipe out the front, my tap, and I need to make housing for the tap out the back where the submersible is. Excellent. So I've exposed the main power supply to the house, so I'm probably going to put another fuse box in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap this up as part 4 of the balcony build. It's getting a bit long now, and we'll pick up on the next one. We can finish the electrics off downstairs, get the spotlights in, and get the balustrade done at the front here. See you next time.